It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we got a beer from Vault City Brewing in Edinburgh, Scotland. I purchased in Tesco on a 4 for 3 deal. It cost me £3 a can. So on a 4 for 3 deal, that's £2.25 per can. It's a 4.8% ABV raspberry cream soda, modern sour beer. If you've seen my recent Vault City Radler review, I thought the beer was okay. Have a look at that, another Tesco beer. But I want to start off this review as to not waste people's time. I don't want you to watch this video for minutes and minutes and you just work out at the end that I'm not really a fan of this sort of beer. I'm going to say right at the start, right at the beginning, I'm not really a fan of this style of beer. These concentrates that are added to beers, these fruit concentrates that are added to beers, and being called stuff like cream sodas and you know, my wife loves them. My wife we're chalk and cheese. We are chalk and cheese, me and my wife. We went out on the weekend. My wife was drinking a Vault City apple shortcake cheesecake thing, and she loved it. She was like, nom, nom, nom. She drank loads of it. So it's not like, you know, it's just people's opinions, isn't it? I've now much more of a kind of, give me a really good quality German lager. Give me a really good Belgian beer. Give me a really good Czech Pilsner. That's where I've kind of like landed. Give me a good IPA. Give me a good double IPA. Give me a good West Coast IPA. This sort of thing, don't want to waste your time. Probably not going to be for me. Let's get it out into a glass, see what we get. So you may be asking, why has he bought it? Well, because I review beer. And Vault City want to call this a beer. They want to call it a beer. Whether it's beer or not, we'll find out. We kind of already know, don't we? Two-finger, pinky, off-white head. Good levels of carbonation. It looks really thick. It looks like really thick, creamy liquid. It's got the word cream on the can, hasn't it? There's fine sediment that I've seen, but I've had to stop the pour because of the head that we got there. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of sediment in the bottom of this glass when we pour everything into the glass here from the can. Good levels of carbonation. You can see the carbonation struggling really to force its way through that thick, gloopy liquid. Pinky, raspberry kind of colour to it. Let's get the aroma. Wow, yeah. It's quite, to be fair to it, it's quite pulpy. It's quite like you're almost getting like a big raspberry pulp, crushed fruit aroma. Fair play to it. But it's quite lactosey. It's quite lactosey and sweet. I don't like sweet beer. It's the reason why I love Czech Pilsners. Yeah, let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Oh, I like that. After all that. Oh, I like that. Oh. Even the scrap man likes it. Can you hear the scrap man in the background? Any old iron. Oh, I like that. Oh, the shame of it. Oh, the shame of it. I like it. Oh. It's really pulpy, and I got it in the aroma. It's like squeezed raspberry. It's quite, I can feel the indigestion building up in the throat already. It's like quite, for me, quite an acidy kind of like, that happens with age, by the way. But it's quite, it's rather delicious. It really is. I really like that kind of how thick and creamy and rich it is. And we haven't even got to I was talking about the sediment earlier on. Oh, now look at it. Look at the bits of sediment floating around in that glass. Okay. Elephant in the room. For me, they call it sour beer. It's not really sour beer. It's not really kind of, for me, kind of like lactobacillus, proper brewed sour beer. It's sour in the fruit. The amount of raspberry in there makes it kind of sour. But it's not sour as in like Belgian sour. It's thick, it's creamy, it's rich. It's doing everything it's saying on the can, actually. Raspberry cream soda. It's very delicious. It's very delicious. And I started the review by saying I'm probably not going to like this. Almost like angry man syndrome coming on. But yeah, I do like it. I do like it. I don't often like much from Vault City, but this is a cracker. This really is. I'm loving the raspberry. That kind of big, thick, fruity fruit salad raspberry flavour. What's got into me? Water, barley, raspberry, lactose, vanilla, hops and yeast. The vanilla shines as well. The vanilla does shine. There's a mission statement on the side of the can. You don't need me to kind of read that out, do you? It's worth trying. It's worth trying, even if you're kind of like old in the tooth like me, and you're kind of lager these days. Good quality lager, not Carling. Good quality lager. It's still worth giving a go. It really is. It's quite different. It's quite unique. It's very tasty. I like that enough to give it a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.